Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ulsi, and today's video is one I've been looking forward to for a really long time. Last year I completely rebuilt my eyeshadow collection after having to let go of my old one, and today I finally get to sit down and really appreciate everything I have collected. I am going to swatch every eyeshadow I own. If I'm not mistaken, I believe there's 91 eyeshadows in my collection now. You might see there is some colors I'm more drawn to than others. So I have more Mauve, Taupe, and greens, or like sagey green shades more than others, but I do also feel like I have a good variety of colors. I guess we'll find out today if I have anything missing in my collection, but overall I'm very happy with my collection now. And if you're interested in me trying out more of these eyeshadows, I do have a No Pan Left Behind project that I just finished, where I have been working on and getting to know all my eyeshadows throughout the span of almost a year. So I have decided to swatch these by color. I did do something similar with my old eyeshadow collection, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I find it very interesting to watch other content creators do the same thing with their collection. So hopefully you will get something out of this. For most of the color descriptions, I am using Temptalia, so I don't agree with all of the descriptions all the time. I will let you know. I find that I don't always see the colors the same way as they are described on Temptalia, but we'll get to that. So yeah, grab yourselves a drink, get comfortable, and we're gonna just start swatching. Where do I start? I have written down all the different color categories, so it's going to be easier for me to swatch them. I think we're going to start with swatching all of the peachy, beigey, and white shades. So I really only have these two shades that are what I would consider to be white: Dreamfall and Luxe. Dreamful is a cool semi-matte light white with some like sparkly speckles in it, and then Luxe is a neutral matte light white. Then we have Trip. We're moving on to the beigey shades. So Trip is a warm matte light beige. And then we have, let's see, Stranger. That's this one right here. So this is all the shades I've been swatching so far is from the Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop. Stranger is more of a warm matte medium rosy beige. It looks very pinky next to those white ones. I hope you can see these swatches. I'm using natural light today, but it's still pretty cloudy. Then we have Enigma. Let's do one more, like building of that shade. Okay. Enigma is a warm matte medium pinky beige. And lastly, in the beigey color family, we have Fascinated. Oh, that's so beautiful. Just as an all over eyeshadow, all over the lid eyeshadow look. Just gorgeous. Fascinated is a neutral matte light rosy beige. And moving on to more peachy shades, we have two peachy shades from the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. And we have got, let's see, Holly and Flutter, which is the first kind of metallic shade. So let's do Holly. right here and flutter right here. So Holly is a warm matte light pinky peach. It has a lot of pink to it. And then Flutter is a warm metallic pale peach. And then next for peaches, we have from Sydney Grace, we have Turtle Doves, or Turtle Dove. This is gorgeous, and it's one of my most used Sydney Grace eyeshadows. I love this shade. This is described as a warm champagne peachy shimmer. And then lastly, in the peachy color category, we have this single eyeshadow from Kiko. This is called Lumiverse Water Eyeshadow Limited Edition number 1 Champagne Eclipse. That is what that one looks like. And this is just, it performs the best when it is wet, but I'm still going to swatch it. It just doesn't look very nice when I swatch it dry like this, but that's what it looks like. And I want to say this is a metallic, cool champagne with pink undertones. I don't even know how to pick a favorite here, but I really love all of these shades. This one in specifically, it can get a little bit patchy on the lid, but just the color itself is gorgeous. And Turtle Doves is also one of my favorite eyeshadows. This is probably, the Kiko one is probably my least favorite, just because it's a little bit harder to work with. Also, I guess the finishes I have in the Colourpop palette, where the eyeshadow is matte but has these specks of glitter in there, I don't love that. So that sort of formula is my least favorite. My favorite eyeshadow formula is Sydney Grace, that's for sure. Those are my 3 first color categories. We have white, beige, and peach. All right, I think we're going to move on to yellows, oranges, and reds. So first off, I have 2 colors that I consider to be within the yellow colored family, or yellow color family. They're both from Lethal. We have Helios, which is a warm matte medium pineapple yellow, and then Esteem, which is a matte mustard shade. Let's see. I'm so glad I have this yellow in my collection. I just think you can do so many cool things with this yellow shade. Yeah, that's gorgeous. This is absolutely leaning orange as well. I kind of wish I had an orange like this, or like a matte orange like this, but more orange, like more bright orange and warmer. But I don't have that, so that might be something I would consider purchasing. Also kind of missing like a metallic orange as well, but I don't use it very often, but sometimes I think it's really beautiful during the summertime, for instance. So yeah, I might consider getting some oranges in the future. So speaking of orange, Quartz from Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette is really the only orange I have that at least Natalia is considering to be orange. I don't know if I want to call this orange, but Temptalia is describing this, let me see, as a warm, pearly, light, peachy orange. So I guess so. It is absolutely leaning orange, but I want to say it's more like a, I don't know, coppery brown? Anyways, moving on to reds. I have 2 of those. We have Frantic, which is this one from Lethal. From Natasha Denona Retro Glam, we have Flare, which is, let me swatch that some more. This one, So, Frantic from Lethal. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. This is a warm, matte, medium, blood ready burgundy shade. See how beautiful that pairs with that yellow. I think it's gorgeous. And then we have Flare from the Retro Glam palette. Also beautiful, but I do remember this irritating my eye a little bit. But I do have very, very sensitive eyes, so just keep that in mind. So this is described as a warm metallic medium red. I think I want to try swatching all my pinks on this side because I have quite a few pinks, but I think I can fit them all in here. Let's see if I can. Let's start with the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. We have Gratitude. That's so weird to me. And this is so soft and buttery. I love the formula of this. But Gratitude is described to be a warm matte dark coral dusty pink from Temptalia's website. I feel like, I mean, okay, I guess once you swatch it, because it looks so brown in the pan, but once you swatch it, you really see that mauve come through. Joy, which is this, I don't know, cool, sparkly light pink. Not my favorite at all. This is not a shade I typically go for. It's way too, I don't know what it is. It is pretty swatched and everything, but it's just, it doesn't look good on my eyes. It's just not a favorite. Then we have Love Stone, which is this really weird, creamy, transparent shade. Love Stone is described as a neutral sheer base with glossy pink pearl. So this is fine. I just use it almost like as a glitter primer. Then we have Cherished, which is this actually really pretty, cool, matte light pink. Happiness, which is a cool matte medium pink. This is gorgeous, actually. So pretty. And then we have Self Love, which is this shade right here. So Self Love is a warm, frosty light pink, but I do have one shade from this palette called Belle. This is a warm, matte, medium pink. Really pretty. And would you look at that? It's quite similar to Gratitude from the Rose Quartz palette. Actually, very similar. Let me swatch them next to each other. No, they don't look similar. Yeah, this is, Belle is a little bit lighter and a little bit more pink, and Gratitude is a little bit more brown, but they're still very similar, but not so similar that I would call them exact dupes. Okay, that's interesting. Last shade in my collection that is considered to be pink is So Fine from the Stone Cold Fox palette. This is described as a warm metallic light pink. And yeah, I think my favorite out of the pink shades are Happiness, and I also think Belle and Gratitude is really pretty as well. So yeah, there you go. We have all the yellow, oranges, reds, and pink shades in my collection. I think from the pink color category, it is natural to move on to my mauve category, which is one of my favorite color categories. A couple from Sydney Grace, Countess. and go for it. My favorite formula is Sydney Grace, but the metallic shades are also very, like, I don't know, crumbly in a way. They're so soft and amazing, but you have to be really careful with them, and I would not advise you to bring them traveling. This actually look very, very purple, lavendery at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it is Countess, and this looks kind of purple too, so I don't know what's going on. Countess is it's actually described as a cool matte medium lavender purple. That's what I thought. Look at it. It's just very lavender. So why did it put that in the mauve category? I don't know. I don't know. Go For It is, which is this one, is described as a medium pink purple mauve with cool undertone. Okay. So I guess this is something in between a purple and a mauve. I'm probably gonna swatch these again with my like lavender, lilac, purple color category because I think they might be more at home in that color category. Two from Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. Let's see. Serenity, which is probably my favorite color in this palette. It is gorgeous. And Radiate. That's this one. Also very like soft and buttery. So, Serenity and Radiate. Serenity is described as a cool matte medium mauve. I don't know. It looks purpley to me. Radiate, which is this one, is described as a warm matte medium rosy mauve. Can I just swatch Gratitude here just so I can see the difference? I feel like Gratitude is really mauvey next to these ones, which I feel like are more lavender purple. But okay. Anyways, let's move on to the Stone Cold Fox palette. It kind of has this row of more mauve toned colors. We have Mystery though over here. This is gorgeous. Let's see. Okay, we can do Mystery over here. Mystery is a neutral frosty light mauve. I wonder if we need more light. I just had to fix a little bit more light here. I think that helped. I just want the shades to look as accurate as possible, but I also want you to see them, you know? Okay, where was I? I know this is a little bit all over the place, but I'm also having a lot of fun here. So, Ghost Town, which is, oh my god, one of my favorite shades in this palette. It is so buttery soft, kind of like some of these shades from the Huda Beauty palette. Ghost Town is probably one of my favorite shades in here. It is so nice and pretty. This is described as a warm matte medium rosy mauve. This looks very brown right here, but yeah, I want to say it's like a movie brown. Then we have Stone Age over here. Stone Age is described as a warm matte medium mauve. Yes, that's pretty accurate, I want to say. So Gravity Heal and Play It Cool. Gravity Hill is a warm medium matte mauve, and Play It Cool is described as a warm matte dark rosy brown with pink specks. I don't love that shade because it has those glittery particles that goes all over my face. I do really like Gravity Hill though. That is a gorgeous shade. They're pretty much the same shade. This is slightly deeper with, again, those specks. So I absolutely prefer this one. But would you agree that this is more lavender and this is more mauve? and this is Mauve. I don't know. I feel like everyone else looks at colors so like so differently from what I do. I'm gonna move on to straight up lavender and lilac shades now. Let's start out with, we have Winter Wonder and Regal, both from Sydney Grace. I'm so happy with this eyeshadow collection. I can't even tell you how much I love all these shades. Also, I'm really sorry about my eczema. I wanted to wait swatching these until my hands got a little bit better, and they are, but still ugly to look at. So sorry about that, but that's just how it is. I can't do much about it. Winter Wonder is described as a light matte pastel lavender with pink undertone. Regal is described as a cool matte light lavender. And again, beautiful formula. Absolutely love these shades. They're so, so pretty. You kind of have to build both of these up a little bit. They're not like super, super pigmented, but I don't really mind that. So we have Troops. Troops is described as a cool-toned, medium-dark, plummy taupe. I could just sit here and swatch these and look at them all day long. This is one of the favorite things I do ever. From Lethal, we have, oh gosh, Wisteria, Release, and Descent. And then we have Synth right here, which is also within this category, but it's a duochrome. So yeah, I'll swatch it next to the other ones, but let me just figure out which one is which. Okay, so we have Release, which is probably my favorite out of these. Wisteria, Descent, and then I'll swatch Synth as well. So again, Release, which is a matte, dusty, lilac, cool. Then we have Wisteria, a matte medium lavender cool. Descent, which is a metallic lavender with silver. And lastly, I'm just gonna swatch the Duochrome as well, which is Synth. Warm light metallic Duochrome with lilac, mint, gold, and blue specks. Then from Huda, we have Abundance. This is also one of my favorite shades. This is gorgeous. And also we have Earthshine from Colourpop, which is a single right here. Actually don't really love this eyeshadow. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to keep it or not. I just don't really enjoy this at all. It's pretty, but yeah. So I feel like this has a lot of pink to it as well. I kind of want to swatch Go For It as well, because if I don't remember wrong, it is a dupe for Abundance from the Rose Quartz palette. And although this has more of a punch to it, the Sydney Grace eyeshadow, I feel like they are absolute dupes. Yeah, I want to say these are dupes. Also, just for the fun of it, since I did consider these ones to be Countess, to be more of a purpley shade. Yeah, next to these, this is more of a mauve, but it does have some purple qualities to it. Overall, I really enjoy my lavender and lilac eyeshadows. I think, again, my favorites are, well, really all of them, to be honest, except from Synth and Earthshine. I do have 3 eyeshadows in this Rose Quartz palette that is considered to be purples. We have Aura, Cosmic Love, and Empowered. So Aura is a warm matte dark reddish plum. And then Cosmic Love is a warm medium purple base with blue and violet specks. Then Empowered is a cool metallic dark purple. They're all gorgeous. I don't feel like they suit my skin tone. I don't know what it is all that well. I mean, this is okay, but these two are a little bit too much. Maybe they're just too dramatic for me. I don't reach for them as often, but they are really pretty. I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way to use them some more because they are really, really pretty. So yeah, those are the three eyeshadows I consider to be like purples. And let's move on with swatching the only two that I would consider to be blues, which are, let's see, Yonder from Lethal Cosmetics and Glistening Stream from Sydney Grace. Oh my gosh. Let's see, these two were Sydney Grace eyeshadows that were just like sent to me as a gift with purchase. And they're the most beautiful eyeshadows. I'm so happy I have them, but I didn't pick them out myself. But this one, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So let's see, Yonder from Lethal. This is a matte turquoise aqua shade. And then Glistening Stream. Oh wow, I love this. Is a cool metallic teal gray. I think these were actually limited edition because I can't really find them on Cindy Grace's website anymore. So let me just swatch my Duochromes as well next to these. So I could just swatch Synth again. Again, Cosmic Love, which is this one, is also a duochrome. Then Moon Magic is a duochrome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love these. I see a lot of people absolutely adore these duochromes. I don't know. Then we also have Blissful from the Rose Quartz palette. And lastly, we have one duochrome in the Stone Cold Fox palette, which is Ganai Sky. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but this is actually my favorite duochrome. I feel like it's more workable and it looks really, really pretty. If I were to describe, or Temptalia were to describe these duochromes, again, I've already described Synth, but we have Earthshine, which is a metallic pinky lavender. Yeah, and then Blissful right here, which is a warm rosy brown base with teal blue metallic sparkles. Lastly, we have Ganai Sky, and Ganai Sky is described as a warm duochrome with red, brown, blue, and teal speckles. I think, again, my favorite duochrome is Ganai Sky, and then I really like Glistening Stream. Yonder is also a beautiful shade as well, but Glistening Stream is gorgeous. Alright, like I said earlier, Mauve shades and lavender lilac-y shades are one of my favorite categories, but the last few years, green has also become one of my favorite eyeshadow colors to wear. So I think green is going to be my next color category. So first up, we have Habitat from Lethal. This has been on my wish list for the longest time. Habitat is described as a matte, warm, medium moss green. Then I have one shade, which is Cult Classic from Stone Cold Fox palette. And the rest of my greens are from this palette, which is the Rose Retro Glam palette. Sorry, from Natasha Denona. But this Cult Classic from the Stone Cold Fox palette is a brown, but it has a lot of green to it as well. Called Classic is described as a warm, matte, dark olive brown. Okay, and the rest here are from this palette. We have Evergreen, which is described as a neutral to cool semi-matte medium sage green. This is kind of like, has a weird creamy consistency, so it is a little bit difficult to work with. I love the tone, the color itself, but the formula on a lot of these eyeshadows from the Retro Glam palette is not my favorite. I don't really like these like creamy shades that are really hard to work with. You can't really get the pigment onto your eyes. This guy, which is Merlin, a beautiful green, like one of my favorite greens that I have, but it got hard pan the very first time I swatched it. I swatched it with a brush. Back then I didn't double dip my brush or anything at all, so there was no chance that I could get like any oils from my skin into this eyeshadow or anything like that. So out of nowhere it got hard pan, and from there it has just become worse. And now I swatch it with my fingers. I don't care anymore. But it is a beautiful shade. I just don't, again, it's a very expensive palette, so I kind of expect a little bit more from this palette. But anyways, the Merlin is a warm, light metallic minty green. Then we have Sage, which I feel like these two colors are kind of unique and they're so beautiful. They remind me of the shade that is in the Colourpop, the Child palette that I used to have. Oh gosh, these are so pretty. Okay, so Sage is a cool matte medium minty green, and Fringe is a warm matte pale green. Yeah, so pretty, like sagey greens. I use these all the time. Then we have Faye. Faye is a warm matte liquid golden taupe with olive undertones. So it just gives off a lot of green to the eye when you use it. And then we have Palladian, which is a warm metallic washed out aqua green. I don't love this as much. Let me just build up this shade a little bit more. Yeah, I don't love Palladian all that much. I don't know. I think I need to play with it some more and get to know it even more. Lastly, we have Oz, which is a warm, dark metallic forest green with olive undertones. I really enjoy all of these greens. I'm so glad I have a good variety of greens, and they're just exactly the kind of greens I gravitate towards and really enjoy using. All right, the last favorite color category that I have is taupe. I absolutely love taupes. From the Huda palette, we have, let's see, I'm reading these upside down. Precious and Energized. Precious is beautiful. It is a cool matte medium purpley taupe. That's so pretty. And Energized is a warm metallic light goldeny taupe. One of my favorite, or both of these are one of my favorite colors in this palette. Really love all of these ones. Are gorgeous. This one too. This, well, I really enjoy this palette. And then we have Maxi, which is very, very dark, and Lucy from the Retro Glam palette. Maxi is a cool metallic deep taupe with gray and silver overtone. And Lucy is a warm metallic light golden taupe. Then we have Peace from Sydney Grace. This is a light metallic taupe with warm undertones. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I'm probably saying pretty like 100 times in this video, but beautiful and pretty is how I would describe my entire makeup collection, or eyeshadow collection, I'm sorry. And the rest of my taupes are in the Stone Cold Fox palette. We have Quarry Days, which is a warm matte light taupe. Sediment to Be, which is a warm, frosty, light bronzy taupe. Not so different from Maxi, I want to say. This is a little bit more of a blackened taupe, and this is more like purpley taupe. Then there's Baby Doll, which is a warm, metallic, light taupe. Then we have Bold Type, and this is a neutral matte medium plummy taupe. I'm just trying to figure out if, let's see, is Precious very similar to this one? Not dupes, but they are kind of similar. Anyways, those are all the swatches for my taupey eyeshadows. Absolutely love all of these. I don't even know how to pick a favorite. Maxi is my least used because it's very dark, but other than that, I love all of these ones. I really do. Peace is probably my favorite, which is this one right here. I think I'm just gonna move on to my browns. I have Mantra from the Rose Quartz palette. This is, I believe this is my only like really true cool brown shade that I have. This is very cool. This is described as a cool matte deep brown, but I feel like it has a little bit of like purple to it as well. Then we have one from Natasha Denona, which is called Jazzy. This is described as a warm, pearly, blackened brown with red undertones. Very, very dark shade. Let me build it up a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay, and next we have one from Sydney Grace, which is Solomon. Solomon is absolutely stunning. It really brings out the blue in your eyes, and the gorgeous formula again. This is a warm matte deep reddish brown, and the rest of my browns are all in the Stone Cold Fox palette. We have Truffles. Truffles is described as a warm matte light brown with, again, those silver specks that I don't really love, but the shade itself is so pretty. I love this so much. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, we have Caving In, which is this one. This is a warm frosty light brown. We have For Granite. This is I want to swatch it next to this one. This is a warm matte medium pinky brown with, again, some pink flecks. I just wish they didn't put these like sparkly flecks in there. it would have been so much prettier and better to work with in my eyes. Then we have Fickle Fate, which is a warm matte dark brown. Then we have Drama Mama, also kind of dark. This is a warm matte dark burgundy brown. Then there's Obsidian, which is one of my favorite like darker browns that I have. This is so beautiful. Obsidian is like a warm matte dark burgundy brown. And those are all the browns. I just want to see the what is it? Frantic? I just want to see what it looks like next to these shades. Okay. It's just interesting to me to see. And what about this Aura shade? Okay. Interesting. Cool. I don't know. I think my favorite brown is probably Solomon. And what shade was this again? Truffles? Yeah, Truffles is gorgeous. But I really enjoy all of these shades. I think these super dark ones are not something I typically go for because my skin is very light and I prefer more of a softer, more natural look. Well, not natural, but just softer look on me. But yeah, these are all of my browns plus a little bit more. I'm so sorry if the light is changing as I film. It takes a while to film these videos, so the lighting is not super consistent, but I'm trying my best. All right, I think we're gonna do Grace Blacks and Silvers now. I don't have a lot of those shades. I only have one silver shade, which is Magnetic Moon. This is just described as a cool metallic medium silver. Very pretty silver. And I'm glad I don't have more than one silver because I don't tend to grab for silvers all that much. Again, I would love some tips and inspiration as to how I should use this silver shade, because I do want to get some use out of it. I just don't exactly know how or what to use it for. Then as for Grace, I have Concrete Road from Sydney Grace. This is described as a cool matte medium brown, almost gray is what it says. I feel like this is a very unique shade. I feel like it's like a taupey lavender gray because it does have some purple in it, but it also is a gray and it's also a taupe. So yeah, I know I'm not the best at describing shades. That's why I use Temptalia very often, so I don't get anything wrong. One of my favorite shades again, beautiful. Everything from Sydney Grace is amazing. So, and then the rest, I have 3 more shades from the Stone Cold Fox palette that I consider to be Grace. So we have I Dig It. And when I say I mean Temptalia, because again, this in my eyes is absolutely more of a taupey shade, or like a beigey taupe. But on Temptalia's website, it is actually described as a warm metallic, very light pewter, which is interesting. But it's a very beautiful shade. Then we have You Rock, a warm matte light gray. Again, very pretty. Then we have Rumor Hill, which is this one. This is a cool matte medium gray. Okay, so those were all my grays. And lastly, we have a black shade, which is called Rock Bottom. This is also in the Stone Cold Fox palette, so this is the only black shade I own. And this is described as a neutral semi-matte dark black. So it's not like the blackest black you could think of, which is perfect for me because I would like more of a soft black, and this is just more user friendly and more suitable for me and my skin tone. So I really enjoy all of these shades as well. I think the only categories I have left now are gold, bronze, and copper. So I'm going to see if I can make some room for those last shades over here. So let's see. We can start with my two copper shades. Both of them are in my Lethal palette. We have Spawn and Defiance. So here's Spawn. Spawn is like a matte, warm, burnt orangey copper. And then we have, oh gosh, it's so gorgeous. We have Defiance, which is a metallic, warm, medium copper. Such pretty shades. I just want to swatch Solomon next to this. Kind of similar in a way. As for the bronzy shades, we have Symbiosis, again from Lethal. This is a metallic, light, warm, taupey golden bronze shade. I feel like this has a lot of gold in it, but it is like a bronzy gold or goldeny bronze. Then from Sydney Grace, we have Blushed. Blushed is described as a medium metallic, dusty rosy brown with warm undertones. Absolutely gorgeous. I have to find other words to describe these colors because I don't know how to describe them other than them being beautiful. Then lastly we have Hard Place. Where are you? There we go. Hard Place from the Stone Cold Fox palette. This is described as a warm metallic light bronzy brown with red undertones. Again, very, very similar to, which one was this? Blushed. Very similar to Blushed. But they are all very, very similar. So actually I want to say Hard Place and Blushed is pretty much dupes. It's just that the Sydney Grace shade is more vibrant and like even more punchy and pigmented. But I think I'm going to write these down as somewhat of a dupe of each other. I only have gold eyeshadows left, so I think I'm going to just swatch the rest right here. There's not a whole lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 eyeshadows, gold eyeshadows that I have. We have Oscar from Natasha Denona. Oscar is described as a warm, metallic, light antique gold. This is, say it with me, gorgeous. Then I actually just also want to swatch this cream eyeshadow that I have from Ilia. This is called Jubilee. And this is so similar to the last two other golds that I have. It's like a gorgeous metallic peachy gold. A Colourpop single, Diego from Colourpop. This is Sydney Grace, and I have to be careful again. Big chunks are coming off, and it's kind of like separating. Okay, so we have Diego, and this is called Sand Harbor. So all of these are very, very similar, but Sand Harbor is almost leaning to like a rose gold. Not quite, but it has some rosiness to it. Let's see. So Diego is only described as a warm mid-tone gold. And then Sand Harbor is described as a warm metallic medium peachy gold. So yeah, those are all my gold shades. I really love these first two. I love this one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep Diego. It is just like, it almost performs as like a glittery shade. Big specks of eyeshadow comes off to the under eyes. It is patchy. It irritates my eyes. I just don't know. And I feel like these two are so similar that I could do without it, but I'm gonna wait a little while and gonna try all of my eyeshadows out because I don't have a big collection anymore. So I have time to really get to know all of these eyeshadows and form an opinion. But yeah, these are all my silver, grays, blacks, coppery, bronze, and gold shades. All right, I don't know about you guys, but for me, this was just so much fun. I kind of forget, even though my collection is so small now, I still forget some of these eyeshadows that I have. And just seeing them all swatched side by side gave me just so much more ideas and inspiration for future makeup looks. I also did find a few shades that I think are pretty similar. I really want to keep my eyeshadow collection to a maximum of 100 eyeshadows. I now have 91, so I guess I could get a few more shades. I mean, there's eyeshadow palettes from Nomad, from Odin's Eye, many palettes I really enjoy and would like to purchase, but there's also a lot of, I think it's better for me to get Sydney Grace eyeshadows to kind of fill the void in my collection of some shades that I am still missing. Let me know in the comments which color family is your favorite on your eyes. If you'd like to see makeup looks using these eyeshadows, I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!